Hi everyone, I'm Christine and welcome back to my sewing studio. Today is another episode of #FridaySews. Thanks to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for putting this together. Just a group of people who sew and we send out these videos talking about our week. Today is a Sunday, so my Friday Sews is on a Sunday. I just brought some stuff out going to show what I was working on this week. I finally finished. I have two of these kid ponchos. I actually have to sew on these little flowers here. I do have a video out showing the step-by-step of these ponchos. They're so cute. They've got little hoods, they've got snaps on them, and I'm going to be selling those at my craft fair 2 weeks, finally. I also made these these elf legs. So this is a table runner. If you can see that. This is one side of the table runner, and then the other side is the other set of legs. So I made 2 sets of these also. Of course, this fuzz is getting everywhere. It's all over the place. But those were fun to make. I swear the hardest part was stuffing these little boots on the end. These are stuffed. The legs aren't stuffed. I also finished up some other crafts that I make for the craft fair. These are mason jars that I've painted, and I've just stuck some little, I don't know, decorations on top of them. I love mason jars. I don't know what it is. I don't even use them, but I just love them. And so whenever I find them at Goodwill, I buy them. And I actually was there one time and there were 2 huge boxes of mason jars for like $5. So I grabbed those. So I still have a ton of them left. I also made these little guys with my Cricut. So this jar says cheers. This says Noel and joy. Again, I don't know what you can use them for, but I'm going to sell them at my craft fair. One other thing, my mom and I are actually going to start doing this. We're going to start making dog scarves. So my mom is actually going to be the one who's probably going to be sewing it, but I have a ton of this fabric left over. So we're going to be making these little scarves. This is just flannel. I'll probably be making some with fleece also, but just a little scarf. It's going to have a snap right here. We're going to sew a button on, and I don't know. I mean, there's so many dog things out there right now that I think it's really cute. So we'll see how that goes. So I made the pattern for my mom. She hasn't sewn, and she's actually going to be using my grandma's machine. So I have to go over and help her figure out how to, thread the bobbin, all that stuff. But I made her a little pattern for this so that she can start sewing. So that'll be fun. She's going to become addicted like I am. So I also made a run to Joann's this week. It's so funny, I had to buy new pins. I've never bought new pins before, and my pins were so dull. I mean, I couldn't even stick it through my fleece fabric. So I went and bought new pins. I stuck them all in, and Max, my 13-year-old, comes down and he's like, "Oh my God, Mom, that looks horrible." So he had to reorganize them all. So they're all by color now. And then as soon as I use them, they will be mixed up again. But maybe he'll come back down and reorganize, and meanwhile hang out with me for a little bit. So that was nice. He's reorganizing while I'm taking advantage of that and talking to him and like actually hanging with him in my sewing room. So he was the one who wanted me to start decorating last weekend, but we have started decorating this weekend. So it is a week before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is coming up on Thursday, and I always have everybody over here, so I am the one, I decorate so that it's nice, and it's just nice. I don't know. Christmas decorations make me feel so happy, and I was doing it yesterday. I mean, the house is a mess right now because it's not done yet, but it's so, I don't know, with the Christmas lights, and we have these snowflakes that hang from the ceiling, and I love Christmas decorations. So when I'm able to get them up this week, I can keep them up all the way through. I mean, we have them all obviously through New Year's, and then we usually go a couple weeks into January and then we finally take them down. But I keep them up as long as I can. And I just got this little guy. He is so cute. So I collect Santa Clauses. I do have quite a few. I found him at Joann's. I normally am too late getting there to get the really cute stuff. So he was there. He's got a little tray of coffee or probably milk. Oh, it looks like coffee. Milk and cookies. He's got his little teddy bear. He's got his slippers and his little hat. And then his eye mask says, "Don't wake me until December 24th. Can you see that? He's so cute. So I'm very excited about him. And then I also wanted to point out one of my favorite signs for the holidays. As long as we have wine, the holidays will be fine. So that's kind of my motto. Thanksgiving, it will basically be that. It'll basically be wine. So we, you know, a lot of us, my family and my friends come over, some of our friends that we've had forever, and we sit and just drink and drink wine. So, I mean, yeah, we'll eat obviously when the turkey's done and when everything's ready, but we have so much fun just hanging out and drinking wine. And the whole thing started, we were hanging out outside, and my husband Sebastian was frying a turkey one year. And it was actually, I mean, we've been doing it every year. We're not doing it this year because it's too much of a fiasco, but he'd be frying the turkey. So we're like, oh, let's just sit right outside on the couch and watch, you know, supervise. So we'd sit there and we'd be drinking our wine, and then it just got to be a tradition. So now there's actually more than enough people. There's too many people to sit on the couch because everybody wanted to join in on the wine drinking tradition. So we now, and it's supposed to be like 40 degrees, of course, on Thursday. Every day up to it is going to be 50. After Thanksgiving, it's going to be 50, but Thanksgiving is 40 degrees. So we'll probably be inside, which is fine because we have more seats inside, and we'll be drinking our wine. Plus, it's full of snow out there. We actually ended up getting snow on Thursday, which we knew we would, but we got more than we thought we would, of course. Ended up getting like 3 to 4 inches here. So there's still snow outside. I'm sure it will melt by Thanksgiving, but it's just gonna be a pain. I'm sure it's all soaking wet out there. So it's gonna be fun. We're just gonna hang out in my living room, drinking wine, playing games. It'll be fun. I also have this here. So this, I love this. My mom and sister bought this for me when I got my new sewing room down here. When I moved down here, they found this and bought this for me. It is a little mannequin. It's got Christmas tree. It's this Christmas tree skirt with a little bow. You could take off the bow and, you know, give it a new color or something, but I love the blue. And it's all lit up, and I love this. I've been wanting to show it, but I thought it would be perfect coming up with all the Christmas decorations. So this is my little dress. It's so cute. So there's a new little challenge going around since there's so much negativity out there anymore with, you know, trolls on the videos and things like that. Jen and Mari wanted to, who are the co-founders of FridaySews, they wanted to put together a thing called So Grateful. Since it's Thanksgiving coming up, it's a good time to think of what you're grateful for. And for So Grateful, S-E-W, we are to let everyone know what the 5 things that we are most grateful of about sewing. You know, I started sewing after watching Project Runway, and I self-taught myself and everything. And I think one of the biggest things I'm grateful for is, or what I like most about sewing, is that it is just so relaxing to me. Now, yeah, there are steps in the patterns that get you irritated, or you can't figure something out, or your machine stops working, or this or that, but 99% of the time it is just relaxing for me. Nobody bothers me down here. They're all upstairs playing their video games. So I'm down here. I have my own room. I've got 2 great windows, great light. It is just extremely relaxing for me. It is definitely my happy place. Of course, another fun thing is that you do get to make your own clothes. You get to make your own unique clothes that nobody else has. Granted, half the time I could go to Kohl's and find something cheaper for sure, but especially considering out how much fabric is half the time. But it is fun, and it's fun when you wear your clothes out and people compliment you on them. And so that's fun, because you know it looks good at least. It's fun to be artistic, designing your own clothes. I know I use patterns a lot, but I also like to design my own clothes. I don't do it very often, but it's fun. Even with my ponchos, I have some that I have completely designed. It's not a solid color. It's got different stripes and accents here and there. And just doing that is creative, and it gets your juices flowing. And I really love that. Just being on this hashtag FridaySews group, being in the YouTube sewing community, I've made some new friends. I may not ever meet you in person, but it is fun to see your comments, and it's fun to watch your videos, and you feel like you get to know people. And this is my first YouTube channel, and I have had a really good experience with it so far. Everybody has been extremely nice. Granted, I only have 300 followers, but it is nice, and people are nice to you and not rude. And I'm sure as it gets more and more, as you get more and more followers, and people like that do come out and are rude to you, but for the most part, the sewing community has been very, very nice. And the last thing that I'm most grateful of is that I am taking after my grandma. So my grandma, my dad's mom, was the one who sewed. And I showed a video once of all of her pictures in the back here. I just hung some more up. You can't really see it. There's a green one. I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 pictures of her drawings that she's done when she was in college. And I want to hang up more of them, but they're just all awkward sizes, and I don't want to cut off her, her writing and everything. But I remember her sewing. She used to make she used to make me Barbie costumes, which I don't even want to try doing that. That's so small. You can't use a machine. It's all hand stitched, and it is tiny. So just the thought of making Barbie outfits, but it's cool because, it was from my grandma. Now, granted, I didn't learn from her because when she died, I was a lot younger, but I do feel that connection with her, that, maybe I don't know, just my grandma did it, and so I'm doing it. So I do like that connection with her. Well, that's about it for today. This week what do I plan on doing? I just have to get ready for Thanksgiving. So anyway, I won't be talking to you until after Thanksgiving. So for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving in the US, happy Thanksgiving. For everybody else, go have a turkey on Thursday. It'll be fun. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon.